How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Club football is finally back. Yes, unless you're an Arsenal fan, you won't be happy, but I am happy because club football is finally back after a long international break. And you know what time it is? It is time for a match preview between Chelsea versus Aston Villa on match day 4 of the Premier League. So without waiting, let's get into the video straight away. So let's talk about some situation here, right? Chelsea versus Aston Villa, a mixed bag of emotions, right? From the last season, in fact, the last day of the season, Chelsea were all over the park when they played Aston Villa last time around. And they lost 1-2. And rightly so, man. We played so poor. But results elsewhere meant that we were able to qualify for the Champions League. And Tottenham saved us a point, basically. And then again, this time around, Chelsea have some brilliant additions. And of course, a renewed spirit with new players. And they would want to end this Aston Villa PTSD altogether and would love to march on the top of the table. And also, the results elsewhere will determine the fact whether they'll go top of the table or not. So before we talk about the lineup, let's talk about two star mans from one of the East teams, of course, who can potentially change the direction of this game tomorrow. For Villa, we have Danny Ings, and rightly so because he's a prolific goal scorer, recently bought from Southampton, but a very successful player already at Villa. Recently, of course, bagged a Goal of the Month award for that spectacular bicycle kick, and man, he's devastating when he's in front of the goal. So Chelsea defense have to be wary of that. He is no stranger to scoring goals against Chelsea in particular. So that is why there is a proper alert for Chelsea defenders that you have to keep him marshaled at all times and cover him so that he doesn't score. And likewise for Chelsea, we have the number one man, that is Romelu Lukaku. And Romelu Lukaku might only be the reason that Chelsea will enjoy success this season because Chelsea lack goals. Now Chelsea have goals in their locker room and they will now push together for the title very differently from the last season. And Romelu Lukaku will be up against Aaron Mings and Konsa of Aston Villa. He'll take no prisoners and will go toe-to-toe against both of the centre-back partnership of Aston Villa throughout the whole 90 minutes. So Aston Villa, watch out for Lukaku. Besides that, we have two more Chelsea players who would want to stake their claim, but we'll talk about them later in our lineup prediction. So now the lineup prediction, the best part of the video. I would love to see how many actually I can get right. But here is the team in front of you on your screen. So guys, as you can see, and goal, Mendy, always Mendy. Then in the back three, we have Rudiger, Christensen, and then again on the right side, we have first change, that is Trev Chalobah. Trev Chalobah, why? Because Thiago Silva is out because of a stupid Brazilian ban imposed by FIFA, but that is a different story. If you want to know about that story, here is a link in the description or at the top of the video somewhere, you can actually watch it. But for now, Trev Chalobah is there, and he is also one of those guys I was talking about earlier, is definitely there to stake a claim for a longer place in the starting 11. But as a result, we see Azpilicueta moving from centre-back to a right-wing back spot because Reece James is what? Red carded on a very bad red card call last weekend. But whatever it is right now. And on the left side, it is Ben Chilwell. And I don't want to hear about any crap about preseason this, preseason that, lack of minutes. It's high time for Ben Chilwell to start because we have a lot of games ahead and he needs to have those competitive minutes. So he is the one to start because he is our Chelsea player. And he was our first choice left-wing back all day last season, so I don't want to hear about any nonsense. And then again in the midfield, there were a lot of choices, but I had to pick two, right? Jorginho was coming on the back of an international break. He played almost 4 hours worth of football for Italy. And then again, as manager confirmed today only in the press conference, Kante is injured. So I couldn't leave Jorginho out of the lineup. One experienced player had to start, so Jorginho it is in the midfield. And then again on the right side with him, Kovacic will start. Kovacic will start because Saul is a very new player. He has recently been loaned from Atletico Madrid. So Thomas Tuchel would not deploy Kovacic and Saul together because he really wants to have an experienced partner in the midfield. That is why Saul might just come off the bench unless he is used to, of course, the Premier League game, which he is not currently. So he would definitely want to see how the game is being played in the Premier League for a while from the bench. And then again, maybe in the second half, he would have a run of minutes. But it depends upon Thomas Tuchel. He might actually play Saul with Jorginho. We will have to wait and watch then. But for my lineup, in the middle, it will be Jorginho and of course Kovacic in the midfield. And then moving on ahead, at the top, we have 3 players. At 10 position, we have Mason Mount. This guy is irreplaceable because his work rate is impeccable. So there is no debate about that. And up top, finally, 2 striker games. That is what I have been looking for. Lukaku, Timo Werner. Best strike partnership in the Premier League, be aware. And I'm not talking any nonsense. Timo Werner will thrive in this system. Timo Werner prefers to play around a reference guy, that will be Romelu Lukaku, and he likes to run behind the defenders. So with Romelu Lukaku's hold-up play and of course passing, Timo Werner will shine, and of course Timo Werner will run at defenders while Romelu Lukaku will terrorize them with his physicality. So Premier League has to wait and watch, and I'm finally happy that this guy, Timo Werner, of course, bagged 3 goals during the international break and got 1 assist. Similar for Lukaku, but for Timo here because he lacked confidence, and I think manager would definitely want. After this today's press conference only, he answered that there is a possibility. Yeah, Timo Werner, man, Lukaku and Werner can definitely play together. Lukaku hasn't been bought in to just play solely. He can play with other teammates as well. So it's a big up for Timo Werner for this match against Villa. And he's also the second guy I was talking about who has to stake a claim here that, yeah, starting 11 spot should be mine as well. So we'll have to wait and watch, of course. And on the bench, you can see a number of options. ZH, of course, no Christian Pulisic, injured again. That is a bad news. And then again, we have the options of Callum Hudson-Odoi, Marcos Alonso, and some other guys. But we'll have to do with this squad. This is a very talented squad. And in my opinion, a very capable squad of getting 3 points done on Saturday. So with this perfect lineup, I think Chelsea will win with a score of 3-1 at Stamford Bridge, that is at their home. You can make a counter argument that Villa will be resilient with Danny Ings. Also, they have the support of Leon Bailey with him, but there is a point here. Aston Villa will be without their first choice goalkeeper, that is Emi Martinez, and again their new signing, Buendia. You may ask why. Those guys will miss the game because of the quarantine rules that will be imposed on them. They are traveling from South America, that is Argentina, and they have to quarantine, and hence they will be missing this game, which will be a plus sign for Chelsea as Villa will be without their 2 crucial players. So Tuchel and co, like I said, will get the 3 points easily and may march on the top of the table in the future. With that, let me say thank you for watching. Your love and support always means a lot, but like and subscribe if you haven't already, and do tell me in the comments, do you think there is a Chelsea upset on the cards, or maybe Villa will pull something out of the hat and upset Chelsea again? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Peace.